The internet, it's something we use every day, often without a second thought. But behind the screens and connections lies one of the most transformative stories in human history. From simple ideas and experimental projects to a global network that shapes every part of our lives, the internet's journey is full of groundbreaking moments, surprising twists, and visionary ideas. In this video, we'll explore each major milestone, decade by decade, to see how the internet evolved from early theories and isolated networks to the vast digital landscape we rely on today. We'll uncover the people, technologies, and events that brought us social media, mobile connectivity, the World Wide Web, and even the metaverse. So, whether you're a tech enthusiast, a history buff, or simply curious about how we got here, join us on this journey through time. Together, let's discover how the internet grew from a distant dream into one of the most powerful forces in the modern world. Let's start by rewinding to the 1960s, a decade marked by revolutions in culture, technology, and exploration. Amidst the race to the moon and the rise of the digital age, a few visionary minds were quietly laying the groundwork for what would become the internet. In 1962, psychologist and computer scientist J.C.R. Licklider made a groundbreaking proposal that sounded like science fiction at the time: a galactic network. Imagine a global system where computers could communicate with one another, regardless of distance. To Licklider, this was more than just a network. It was a vision of connected minds and machines, one that could share information instantly across the world. This early concept would ignite a spark that would fuel the development of networked computing for decades. By 1965, Licklider's dream began to take shape. Engineers, fueled by this ambitious idea, achieved the first successful remote connection between computers. This experiment, led by Lawrence Roberts, connected a computer in Massachusetts to one in California using an early form of packet switching, a groundbreaking technology that allowed data to be broken down into small packets and sent across a network independently. Packet switching was revolutionary because it made data transfer faster, more efficient, and scalable, a foundation of modern networking. And then came 1969. Funded by the U.S. Department of Defense, ARPANET was launched, connecting 4 universities across the United States. This was the very first packet switching network, and it wasn't just an experiment. ARPANET would become the prototype for the modern internet. Initially designed for researchers and military communication, ARPANET's success showed that computers could indeed communicate over long distances. This first small network proved that the principles of Licklider's galactic network could actually work. So while the 1960s were known for space exploration and counterculture, a few pioneering minds were laying the foundation for our digital future. Licklider's vision, the first remote connections, and the creation of ARPANET were small steps that paved the way for a truly interconnected world. These milestones set the stage for the internet revolution that would transform every aspect of our lives in ways they could have never imagined. The 1970s was a decade of transformation in networked communication, where bold ideas and pioneering technologies began to turn the concept of a global network into reality. Let's explore some key moments that shaped the early internet. In 1971, a programmer named Ray Tomlinson invented something that would change the way we communicate forever: email. Working with the ARPANET, Tomlinson realized he could send messages between computers by using a simple program to connect usernames with destinations. This is when he chose the @ symbol to separate usernames from their host machines, an iconic symbol we still use today. Email quickly became the first widely adopted method of digital communication, paving the way for a future of connected conversations. By 1973, ARPANET was expanding, and it was ready to make its first leap across borders. In this year, the network reached beyond the US, establishing international connections to Norway and England. This connection marked the first step towards a truly global network. It allowed researchers in different countries to collaborate and share data in ways that were never before possible. The network was slowly beginning to bring the world together, one link at a time. Then in 1974, a major breakthrough came from computer scientists Vince Cerf and Bob Kahn, who introduced the concept of TCP, or Transmission Control Protocol. TCP allowed data to be transmitted accurately between networks by breaking it into small packets that could be reassembled at their destination. TCP later evolved into TCP/IP, becoming the foundational protocol for the Internet. This protocol set the standard for how data would flow across networks reliably, forming the backbone of today's Internet communication. And with all innovations come the first unintended uses. In 1978, Gary Thurk, a marketing manager at a computer company, sent out what would become the world's first spam email. Thurk emailed hundreds of ARPANET users to promote his company's products, sparking controversy and frustration in the early Internet community. Little did he know that spam would become a persistent part of online communication. This moment marked the start of a larger conversation about digital ethics and responsible use of network systems. The 1970s laid the technical and social foundations of the Internet as we know it today. From email to TCP/IP, these developments were crucial steps in creating a network that could span continents and handle diverse forms of communication. While some milestones were experiments, others, like email and TCP, are still central to how we connect today. These early steps were vital as we inch closer to a fully realized global Internet. The 1980s was a decade of transformation, where critical innovations began turning a concept into the connected world we know today. Let's take a closer look at three landmark events that shaped the Internet as we know it. In 1983, a major milestone occurred that would change digital history forever. ARPANET, the pioneering network developed by the U.S. Department of Defense officially adopted TCP/IP as its core protocol. Designed by Vince Cerf and Bob Kahn in the 1970s, TCP/IP allowed different types of computers and networks to communicate seamlessly. By adopting TCP/IP, ARPANET was no longer just an experiment, it became the foundation of a new, interconnected world. This adoption marked what many consider the official birth of the Internet, a single unified network with a common language that could link computers worldwide. Then in 1984, another transformative innovation was introduced, the Domain Name System, or DNS. Before DNS, network users had to remember complicated numerical addresses to reach a specific computer on the network. DNS solved this by creating an address system that used words instead of numbers. Now websites could be named using easy-to-remember domains like .com, .org, .gov, and .edu. This new system opened the doors for a broader audience to navigate the Internet, allowing organizations, governments, and soon the general public to establish a unique online identity. DNS laid the groundwork for the vast directory of websites that we navigate today. Finally, in 1989, a young British computer scientist named Tim Berners-Lee proposed an idea that would revolutionize the way we share information, the World Wide Web. Working at CERN, the European Research Lab, Berners-Lee envisioned a global system for sharing and linking documents across a network. He saw the potential to organize information in a way that anyone, anywhere, could access and navigate using hyperlinks. This vision was the first step towards creating what we now know as websites, browsers, and hyperlinks, components we use daily to interact with information across the globe. Together, these developments in the 1980s provided the technical and structural foundation for the Internet we use today. The adoption of TCP/IP gave the network a common language, DNS made navigating it user-friendly, and Tim Berners-Lee's proposal laid the groundwork for the World Wide Web, opening up a whole new era of access and connectivity. The Internet was no longer just a tool for researchers. It was becoming a platform that could connect the entire world. In the 1990s, the Internet went from an exclusive tool for researchers to a global phenomenon accessible to millions. This decade saw the birth of the World Wide Web, pioneering companies and innovations that made the Internet a household name. Let's dive into the milestones that define the rise of the web. In 1991, a historic moment took place. Tim Berners-Lee made the World Wide Web available to the public. After creating a system to link documents and share information across networks at CERN, Berners-Lee believed the web could benefit everyone. By making it public, he transformed the internet from a limited research network into an open platform where anyone could share and access information. This was the start of a new interconnected world where knowledge and resources could be just a click away. Then in 1993, the web became even more accessible with the launch of the Mosaic browser, developed by Mark Andreessen and Eric Bina at the National Center for Supercomputing Applications. Mosaic was revolutionary because it was the first browser to display images and text together on a single page. This easy-to-use interface made the internet approachable for a general audience, inviting more people to explore and interact with the web. Mosaic was the spark that started the browser boom, paving the way for popular browsers that would soon follow. As more people came online, new web services began to emerge. In 1994, Yahoo was launched as one of the first major web directories, helping users navigate the growing number of websites by categorizing them in one place. That same year, Jeff Bezos founded Amazon, initially as an online bookstore. While it started with books, Amazon's success would eventually turn it into the global marketplace we know today. These early web services showed how the internet could revolutionize business and become an essential tool in everyday life. In 1995, internet commercialization accelerated, with the launch of two major names that would define the decade: eBay and Internet Explorer. eBay created a new way for people to buy and sell items directly, building a thriving online marketplace. Meanwhile, Microsoft launched Internet Explorer, sparking the browser wars as companies raced to create the best browsing experience. This era of competition and commercialization would shape the internet's rapid evolution. And finally, in 1998, two Stanford students, Larry Page and Sergey Brin, founded Google. At a time when search engines often produce cluttered results, Google offered a fast, simple way to find exactly what you were looking for. By ranking pages based on relevance, Google's search algorithm transformed the internet experience, making information more accessible and organized. Google's impact on search has been so profound that Googling is now synonymous with online search itself. These milestones of the 1990s were critical in making the internet what it is today. With the World Wide Web, browsers like Mosaic, and revolutionary companies like Yahoo, Amazon, eBay, and Google, the internet transformed from an experiment into an essential part of modern life. These developments brought the world online and set the stage for the digital age we live in now. The 2000s was a defining decade for the internet, where social media, video sharing, and mobile devices began to reshape how we connect and interact. Let's explore the milestones that brought us into the age of social networking, mobile browsing, and instant communication. In 2003 and 2004, a new wave of websites began changing how people connected online. LinkedIn was launched in 2003, becoming the first major social network focused on professional connections. Shortly after, MySpace and Facebook entered the scene, offering people a way to connect with friends, share photos, and build online profiles. And in 2004, Flickr was launched, setting a new standard for online photo sharing. These early platforms established the core idea of social networking, where people could engage, share, and connect in a digital community. Then in 2005, another milestone took place with the launch of YouTube. Founded by three former PayPal employees, YouTube allowed anyone to upload and share videos with the world. This platform made it easy for people to watch and share everything from personal videos to tutorials and entertainment. Over time, YouTube would grow to become one of the largest sites on the internet, transforming how we consume and create media. Today, it's hard to imagine the web without this vast library of videos at our fingertips. In 2006, Twitter was introduced, bringing a new style of short-form communication to the web. Twitter allowed users to share quick updates in 140 characters or less, making it easy to broadcast news, ideas, and real-time updates. Twitter quickly became popular with journalists, celebrities, and everyday users alike, creating a space where anyone could share and react instantly. This microblogging platform changed the pace of online communication, popularizing the quick, digestible updates we see on social media today. In 2007, the internet took a leap towards mobility with the release of Apple's first iPhone. By bringing the web, email, and multimedia together in a handheld device, the iPhone transformed the way we access the internet. Suddenly, people could browse the web, watch videos, and connect on social media, all from their mobile phones. This shift to mobile changed our relationship with the internet, making it a part of everyday life and accessible from almost anywhere. Finally, in 2008, Google launched Chrome, a new web browser built for speed, security, and simplicity. Chrome quickly gained popularity, offering a fast and user-friendly browsing experience that set a new standard. Within a few years, it became the world's most widely used browser, shaping the way we interact with the web. Chrome's dominance helped drive new innovations in web applications and set the foundation for modern browsing. From social networks and video sharing to mobile access and new browsing technology, these milestones of the 2000s defined the internet's transition to an interactive, on-the-go experience. With platforms like Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, and mobile access via the iPhone, the internet became a deeply integrated part of our daily lives. And with Chrome leading the way in browsing, the web was faster and more accessible than ever before. As we entered the 2010s, the internet was well on its way to becoming a central part of daily life. This decade saw the rise of new platforms, mobile dominance, and record-breaking numbers of users connecting worldwide. Let's explore the key milestones that defined the internet in the 2010s. In 2010, Instagram launched, bringing a new focus to image-based social networking. Unlike earlier platforms, Instagram emphasized visuals, allowing users to share carefully curated photos and later videos, with a suite of filters that gave photos a professional touch. Instagram quickly gained popularity for its simplicity and aesthetics, becoming a digital hub for self-expression, art, fashion, and lifestyle. By turning images into a central form of social media interaction, Instagram transformed how we capture and share moments, influencing a new generation of visual storytellers. Then in 2011, Snapchat introduced a concept that would redefine how we share online: ephemeral content. Snapchat allowed users to send photos and videos that disappeared after a short time, creating a more spontaneous and real-time form of interaction. This here now, gone later approach to content sharing appealed especially to younger audiences, sparking a new trend of in-the-moment communication. Snapchat's popularity showed that sometimes what matters most is the experience of sharing rather than preserving it forever. By 2015, mobile devices had transformed how we access the internet, and for the first time, mobile internet usage surpassed desktop usage. Smartphones and tablets made it easy to stay connected anywhere and anytime, fundamentally shifting how we interacted with the web. From shopping and social media to banking and streaming, mobile became the preferred platform for digital engagement, reflecting a new era of on-the-go internet access that's tailored to our busy lives. In 2016, TikTok, originally launched as Douyin in China, burst onto the scene, adding a new twist to social media with its focus on short, creative videos. TikTok's format of bite-sized, engaging clips paired with a sophisticated recommendation algorithm made it a hit worldwide. Unlike other platforms, TikTok made it easy for anyone to go viral, fueling a community of creators who express themselves through dance, comedy, music, and much more. This platform's rise showed how powerful short-form video content could be, setting a new standard for entertainment on social media. And in 2019, the internet achieved a monumental milestone. Over 4 billion people, more than half the global population, were online. This level of connectivity marked a new chapter in the internet story, as it became an essential resource and lifeline for people around the world. The internet was no longer just a tool. It had become a necessity, connecting billions to each other, to knowledge, and to endless opportunities. From the visual culture of Instagram to the real-time spontaneity of Snapchat, the rise of mobile internet and the creative expression of TikTok, the 2010s transformed the internet experience. This decade solidified the internet as a platform for communication, community, and creativity, uniting billions of people worldwide. As the world entered the 2020s, the internet was already a part of everyday life for billions of people. But in these recent years, new events and innovations have propelled digital transformation faster than ever before. Let's explore the defining milestones of the early 2020s and how they're shaping the future. In 2020, the pandemic disrupted daily life worldwide, but it also sparked an unprecedented shift toward digital solutions. Almost overnight, remote work became the norm, with video conferencing and collaboration tools like Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and Slack becoming essential. People turned to streaming services, social media, and online gaming for entertainment and connection, driving up demand and reshaping the way we interact digitally. Online shopping surged as people relied more on e-commerce for daily essentials and beyond. This accelerated digital transformation created a new normal that redefined how we work, learn, and socialize online. By 2022, a bold new concept took center stage in the tech world: the metaverse. Spearheaded by companies like Meta, formerly Facebook, the metaverse promised an immersive digital world that combined virtual and augmented reality to bring people together in new and interactive ways. In the metaverse, users can explore virtual environments, socialize, attend events, and even shop for virtual and real-world items. While still in its early stages, the vision of the metaverse represents a new direction for digital experiences, where people can live in virtual spaces that blur the line between the physical and digital worlds. This investment in VR and AR technology shows a future where the internet becomes an immersive 3D environment. Then in 2023, artificial intelligence entered the spotlight with the rapid adoption of AI tools like ChatGPT and other advanced systems. Built to understand and generate human-like text, ChatGPT became widely used across both personal and professional contexts. Whether for drafting emails, brainstorming ideas, coding, or simply answering questions, AI tools brought a new level of productivity and creativity to millions. This rise of AI has transformed how we work and communicate, making powerful technology accessible to everyone, from businesses to students and casual users alike. As AI continues to evolve, it's changing our understanding of what's possible in automation, knowledge, and creativity. These milestones of the early 2020s highlight just how quickly digital transformation is accelerating. The pandemic showed the world the potential of remote and digital work. The metaverse presents an ambitious vision for the future of immersive digital spaces. And AI has brought advanced tools to the fingertips of millions. Each of these changes points toward a future where technology is even more deeply woven into our lives, reshaping the way we work, play, and interact with the world around us. The story of the internet is one of incredible transformation, spanning decades of innovation, experimentation, and connection. From the foundational concepts of the 1960s to the networked ideas of the 1970s, to the protocols and domains of the 1980s, each decade brought us closer to the digital world we know today. The 1990s saw the internet become a part of everyday life with the launch of the World Wide Web, while the 2000s introduced us to social media, mobile access, and an increasingly interconnected world. The 2010s took us even further, connecting billions globally and introducing new ways to communicate, create, and share. Now, as we move through the 2020s with remote work, the metaverse, and AI advancements, it's clear that this journey is far from over. Each chapter of the internet's evolution reminds us that the digital landscape is constantly evolving, pushing boundaries and reimagining what's possible.